Tonight, a Fort Smith police officer hospitalized after being shot.
Officer Kyle Newman is fighting for his life today because he responded to protect this community and was confronted with an armed individual who chose violence.
The shooter dead after a police chase through the heart of the city.
540 station, someone crashed out on 540. Shot fired! Shot fired!
10-4 shot fired.
Right now, 5 News team coverage on the investigation.
If we must choose between being fast and being accurate in our investigations, we'll choose accuracy every time.
What witnesses saw? What comes next?
Please continue praying for Officer Newman, for his family.
And how Fort Smith is rallying around its police department. Right now, that investigation is underway into the shooting of Fort Smith police officer Kyle Newman, the police chief calling his injury catastrophic. We have 5 News team coverage of that shooting and the high-speed chase that followed overnight, ultimately leading to the shooting death of the suspect. First tonight, police dispatch audio helps us understand how this all unfolded. Officers responded to McClure Amphitheater just off Mazard Road early Sunday morning.
At approximately 1:23 a.m., Fort Smith police officers were investigating a group of juveniles in the park area when officers observed a white pickup truck drive into a ditch nearby.
Officer Kyle Newman approached that truck to check on the driver, identified as 27-year-old Joshua Keller of Fort Smith.
At one point during the encounter, Keller became argumentative, re-entered the vehicle, and attempted to flee.
As Officer Newman tried to detain Keller, police say he pulled a gun and shot Newman in the neck.
Shot fired! Shot fired!
Then Officer Newman fired back at the suspect.
Even after suffering a catastrophic injury, Officer Newman continued fighting and attempting to stop the threat that he was facing. That speaks directly to his bravery and to his commitment.
Station, we have a gunshot wound to the face. Newman's down. Newman's down.
As one officer helped Newman, others took off after Keller.
Pursued a white Chevy pickup truck. He struck my vehicle. I'm still tank.
The chase took them all the way to Interstate 540 and Grand Avenue, where Keller crashed his truck and officers approached.
Shot fired! Shot fired!
10-4 shot fired. 540 past the Grand exit northbound.
Dispatch, subject down.
Subject down 10-4.
Y11 station. He's been shot one time in the head.
The suspect, Joshua Keller, was pronounced deceased at the scene. A handgun was recovered from inside the vehicle. Officer Newman was transported by EMS.
Y11 station, how's Officer Newman?
I need a unit who can head to Mercy to use a helicopter.
11 dispatch, I'm on scene at Mercy.
From there, Newman was airlifted to a trauma center.
I want to be very clear. The actions of our officers overnight prevented a dangerous suspect from escaping into our community and potentially causing even greater harm. Tonight, 5 News has also obtained exclusive video from that police chase showing officers race after the suspect in his white pickup truck. 5 News reporter Bo Russell is live now at the Fort Smith Police Department with that video while we all wait for updates on Officer Newman. Bo?
Right, Darren. Well, while this chase happened much earlier today, it's still an emotional moment for the Fort Smith Police Department and the Fort Smith community as we wait for an update on the status of Officer Newman. But earlier today, I spoke with a motorcyclist who happened to be out very early this morning getting some food and almost came too close to that chase. Irvin Gutierrez left IHOP on Rogers Ave around 2 a.m. On his ride home, he started noticing sirens.
The first one kind of caught my attention, but I didn't really think much of it. Seeing the second one, I was like, okay, it's 2 of them, not a big deal.
But the sirens kept coming.
As I'm watching them all pass by, about 6 officers pass by at this point, I look back and I start to notice I'm hearing sirens in my direction.
That's when Irvin realized he was directly in the line of a chase.
By the time I started to pull off, I mean, the guy was right there next to me.
The video taken on Irvin's GoPro, you can see just how fast the truck passes him, even slowed down. It's easy to miss.
I was on the far right side of the lane by the time he passed me, and I mean, he was already over the line and everything. I mean, he was, or at least that's what it seemed like. By the time I looked over, I mean, I looked over and he was within at least an arm's reach, you know.
Just minutes after the video was taken, suspect Joshua Keller was shot and killed blocks away from where Irvin was standing.
I had no idea. I had no clue what was going on.
Well, Irvin tells me that after the chase, another car pulled up behind him on the side of the road to make sure he was okay, and luckily no one was hit during that chase.
All right, Bo, you have been at the police department pretty much all day today. They are not saying a lot, and they haven't said a lot since today, or since around noon today. Are you hearing anything else from around there?
Sure. Well, I've reached out to the police department and I've sent messages to some friends of the officer's family, and I haven't heard back. But it's been a very long day. You know, I'm sure everyone right now is spending their time sending up prayers for Officer Newman and a quick recovery, and also hopefully just trying to get some rest.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Bo, thanks for that report today. Tonight, support is coming in from across the state and the nation. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton posting on X, "I join all Arkansans in praying for a full recovery of Fort Smith police officer Kyle Newman. His family, fellow officers, and entire Fort Smith community are in our thoughts during this difficult time." Tonight, the Sallisaw Police Department also posting on Facebook, "We stand in full support of Officer Newman and all of the brave men and women serving the Fort Smith community during this incredible, difficult time. Incidents like this are a solemn reminder of the dangers law enforcement officers face every day in service to others." Arkansas State Police saying the ASP family stands in support for our brother during this time. And this is just a few of the many support messages that have been pouring in. Fort Smith Police Chief Danny Baker says the officer continued trying to stop the suspect even after being shot. During that news conference around noon today, he credited law enforcement and EMS as they worked to save his life. While the investigation is underway, Chief Baker says it'll take some time to heal. People in the Fort Smith community are also now offering their support.
Thoughts and prayers go out to every single one of them. I hope they stay strong. I hope the officer fighting for his life makes it. Thoughts with his family. I mean, it's just a bad, unfortunate deal. I just, wish people would actually respect our officers the way they deserve to be respected for out here putting their lives on the line for us.
Authorities are not releasing many details about the investigation, instead wanting to take their time to gather as much information as possible. They say community support means everything right now. Police chief says people can send in messages via email and on the department's social media pages. We have spent the day trying to learn more about Officer Newman. Police chief describes him as a family man. He also says Newman is a military veteran. According to a Facebook post from FSPD, Newman was sworn in as an officer in January of 2025 and went through the city's police academy.
He's a very good officer. Been very proud of the work that he's done and hope that he will continue to do.
Tonight, we came across the officer spotlight of Newman on the police department's Facebook page. In December, a community member wrote into the department commending Officer Newman for visiting with children and families at UA Fort Smith after working a night shift. They called him a role model on and off duty, adding that they're thankful for his dedication to the community. We will, of course, continue to monitor Officer Newman's condition as best we can and track the latest on the investigation. You can always find our latest reporting on the Free 5 News mobile and smart TV app.